Lesbian detective. Unsolved cases. She's still missing. Yeah, they haven't found her yet. Well, let's talk about it.
They say he vanished without a trace. Could it be a psychotic break or a tragic accident? Police don't know where the body went. Unsolved murders, body still missing. That's unheard. Where's the witness? Lesbian detectives, what's going on? City on high alert, this out the norm. He did what, the who? Man, that ain't real, these crimes ain't true. Then come uncover these theories with us. We live right now, tuning in is a must.
Right now, lesbian detective, lesbian detective. We about to start the show, so get your popcorn ready, let's go. Pay attention to the message I present to you, the lesbian detectives.
This is Lesbian Detectives. I'm Sierra.
And I'm Elizabeth.
And we are here talking about missing and unsolved murders.
We are discussing cases that you have forgotten about or never even heard of.
So sit back, relax, and let's start this podcast. Welcome back, guys. I hope you guys enjoy our spooky October month. It was fantastic. I love doing cases around Halloween because Halloween is one of my top favorite holidays.
But now we have to fall back, which I didn't even realize it was this weekend. I was like, wait, it's 8?
Right.
I thought it was 9.
Right. We had not a busy weekend, but a busy weekend. Like we went to the mall and shopped for 5 hours because I was looking for an outfit, guys, for my mom all white party. Look up on our social media, so we're gonna be posting it. It's all white.
5 hours that I'm never gonna get back.
And we didn't even find a white outfit. We had to go online to get something. And yes,
It is true what they say. No white after Labor Day.
Right. And if guys, you hear it rain in the background, it's raining over here. Time we start recording, so we apologize for the background noise. I'm going to take you back to the early 2002, where Apple just released the second generation iPod. Microsoft just launched the Xbox Live. Lincoln was found. The Winter Olympics was held in Salt Lake City, Ohio. But guess what else happened in 2002? It's when a family was killed in their home by an unknown person. The mother and father was shot point blank, and the daughter was kidnapped until she was found later, shot in the head. This is the case of Michael, Mary, and Jennifer Short's family. Michael Wayne Short was born on February 18, 1952, to parents Billy and Annie. Him and his first wife had 3 sons, Kenny, Tim, and MJ. One of the 7 children, Mary Francine Hall, was born on April 20th, 1966, in Franklin County, Virginia, to parents George and Margaret. Yes, guys, we're doing the math. They do have a little age difference. After Michael divorced, he began dating Mary, and the two eventually got married. They had 1 child together. Her name was Jennifer Renee Short. She was born on July 12th, 1993, in Virginia. Jennifer was about to enter the 4th grade at Frisbro Elementary School. She was a sweet and cheerful little girl. She was very close to her parents. They say that her parents was very overprotective over her, that she was really a homebody, that she couldn't go nowhere without them. I kind of feel like I'm kind of one of those parents a little bit.
Little helicopter mom.
Yeah. I'm a disciplined mom. I don't know if you guys saw that Hulu show where they did different type of parenting styles and they were seeing who won.
Yeah.
I forgot the name of it. I watched every episode and the disciplined parent actually won. So I feel like I'm a disciplined parent.
According to you.
Because Michael's business was beginning to go under, the family was struggling financially. They had to put up their house and sell it.
Dang.
Their plans was to move to a mobile house temporarily, but they didn't get the chance to move.
Wow.
The day of October 14th, 2002, played out uneventfully for the Short family. Chris Thompson was one of Michael's employees. He came over, they worked on a truck together, and then he left for the evening. According to Thompson, when he left, the entire family, including 9-year-old Jennifer, was still awake, and nothing seemed out of place. The last reporting sign of the family alive came around 11 p.m. when the family was spotted at a Burger King picking up a late meal.
Have it your way.
At 9 a.m. the following morning, Chris arrived at the Short home. Michael and him were supposed to go pick up a truck for his business. Thompson noticed that the garage door was still open. He stepped inside. Upon entering, he made a shocking discovery. 50-year-old Michael was laying dead on his couch inside the garage, which he slept on because he snored too much and disturbed his wife. He was shot once with a .22 caliber weapon.
Wow.
Chris was shocked. He went searching for the rest of the family and came across 36-year-old Mary lifeless body in bed.
Wow.
She too has been shot in the head. It appeared that both Mary and Michael was murdered while they slept by someone apparently knew the family very well, because no one knew that Michael actually slept in the garage, but close friends and family.
Whoa.
Jennifer, she was missing from the home. Her bed was unmade and her pillow was on the floor, suggested that she'd been taken from her room. It also looked like her bed had moved 2 inches. To me, it looked like she really put up a fight for her life.
Same.
I wonder if they heard the father when he got shot.
I feel like he's the one that got shot first, and then the mom. And by that time, she probably already seen it coming.
Because it seemed like Mary was still probably asleep. So I don't know if she just didn't hear it. Because sometimes, like our garage, I mean, I have good ears. But if it was you, if I was sleeping in the garage and you were sleeping in bed, you wouldn't have heard it.
Not while I'm asleep, but I have good ears when I'm awake.
Right, that's what I'm saying. She was asleep. So I wonder if she did hear the husband get shot. Thompson notified the police immediately. Investigation began quickly. Investigators arrived on the scene and immediately noticed that the phone lines for the Short family had been cut. That they also found the shell casing near the bodies.
Well, so this guy looked like he was very experienced. He cut the phone lines in case somebody did try to reach out for help. And then he knew where everybody was located, including the husband. I wouldn't have thought that he was sleeping in the garage. So it looks like this guy might have done this before. He's an experienced killer.
It seemed like he kind of stalked them a little. Usually when somebody killed, they would take it just in case the police can trace him back to them. But he didn't.
Unless he had a gun that didn't leave a footprint.
It seemed like nothing been stolen from the house, including $600 in cash that was just sitting on the kitchen table, indicating that the robbery was unlikely motive of the killing. Law enforcement believed that Michael had been murdered first, although the medical examiner couldn't pinpoint the exact time of death.
Yeah. I feel like they were minutes apart, because you wouldn't really like wait an hour, just sitting there and then attack your next victim. No, you would have to like do it right away.
Right. Being able to get that close without surprising them, the sheriff Frank said, this is a very unusual, bizarre case. Neighbors came forward, reported seeing an unfamiliar man in a red or dark colored van or a pickup truck near the property around 8:30 a.m. A composite sketch of the individual, who said to be in his 40s with a weathering complex, was later released. He has never been identified.
Wow. Well, that kind of explains who he was. Maybe he lived off the grid, like you like to call it. So for him, his complexion would kind of make sense.
Right. A heavy search for Jennifer was launched, covering hundreds of miles, using ATVs, dogs, and helicopters. Searchers on foot and horsebacks looking for the girl. And additionally, a nearby lake was searched, as well as a pond close to the homes. No clues of the whereabouts of Jennifer were found. The anxieties of her surviving family members was increasing. Frank, Michael's uncle, made a public plea for the girl's safe return, even suggesting dropping her off at a Walmart or a 24-hour store. At a press briefing, several members of the family wore a yellow ribbon to say that Jennifer was still missing. They clung to the hope that she would be found and located very soon. However, weeks will go by and no sign of the missing child. In effort to discern the motive of this crime, law enforcement spent 2 weeks searching the Short home. They took out hundreds of pieces of evidence, including tax returns, clothes, a .22 caliber revolver, a 12-gauge shotgun, a cell phone, and an undefined item of a sexual nature. Anytime you have a child adopted, you got to assume it may have been something to do with sexual nature, explained the sheriff. It is unclear if any of the items prove any helpful for the investigation. While some wonder if the murder was motivated by desire for revenge against Michael or Mary, others felt like it probably really dealt with Jennifer herself as the main target. Their home didn't have any internet connection and hadn't for 2 years, so nobody believed that Jennifer met somebody online.
Right.
Her friends was interviewed as well, but they didn't have any information for the police. An incident in Mary past soon led investigations down another suspect pool.
While working as a seamstress for Pluma Inc. in 1992, Mary was subject to stalking behavior at her workplace. Several times, a man visited the company angrily demanding to see Mary. He didn't work there and was escorted out of the building. Interestingly, Mary didn't want the police to be notified and never attempted to obtain a protective order. We don't know if she was stalked per se. We know that someone at one time or another was angry with her, said Castle. We don't know who it was or what it was about. The two persons who escorted him out of the plant didn't know him. Because Jennifer was born the following year, law enforcement theorized that this mystery man might have been her real father, and that the eventual killing of Michael and Mary was done out of desperation to take his daughter back. To test this theory, Michael's body was exhumed for further DNA analysis. As it turned out, Michael was in fact Jennifer's biological father, so this potential lead ended up being another dead end.
In October 2002, 6 weeks after Michael and Mary Shorts were found murdered, Jennifer remains were located in a creek in North Carolina, around 35 miles away from her home. The discovery was made by law enforcement after a local resident alerted police when his 2 dogs brought home bones, including a human skull.
I really wonder how long the body had been there. If she was killed that same night, a month later.
It's concluded that Jennifer had sustained a single gunshot wound to the head, just as her parents did. Due to the advanced stage of the decomposition of her remains, her time of death could not be determined, nor could any sign of abuse have suffered to the minor.
Wow.
They don't know if she was abused or not, so that's sad. Jennifer's loss was another devastating blow to the family and the whole community. From early on, investigators had several persons of interest, but no one stood out. According to a tip, a carpenter named Grayson Bowman, 66, alleged had a grudge against Michael Short and had told someone that he might have to kill a man in Virginia who had failed to move his mobile home, even after Bowman had paid him to do so. Jennifer's remains had been approximately 1 mile away from the property of her friend of Bowman, where his mobile home was located at the time. His landlord who also claimed that he had witnessed Bowman with a pistol on August the 15th. Bowman, who fled to Canada, eventually got sent back to the United States, where he was held on charges related to violating immigration law and drunk driving. He appeared against a grand jury in Virginia on November the 12th, but they didn't indict him when he returned. There was nothing concrete to tie Bowman, who reportedly had an alibi at the time of the murder. In 2007, authorities revealed that they had no longer considered a person of interest in this investigation, and that the man who said those things against Bowman had lied to get the reward money. And that's makes me so mad because you wasted their time.
Right. And resources.
Right. Think about if they didn't waste their time on that situation, they could have had another person.
Right.
According to the U.S. lawyer John Brownlee, these individuals told law enforcement they caught Bowman leaving the Short home carrying the little girl that night. This was the rumor that was going around that night against Bowman. These men would go on to be convicted for perjury and providing false information to law enforcement, leading to them going to jail. To this day, Bowman was the only suspect that the police had. He actually passed away in 2014. The short resident was auctioned off on December the 7th, 2002. But it had been vacant for months, but it actually burned down in 2019. How does a house just catch on fire? Michael's sister Caroline said, "We didn't have a storm. There is no electricity in this house for months. They cleaned it up very quickly, so it seemed that nothing was left behind." The case was officially reopened in 2021. "We believe there is someone out there who have information about this case and we can solve it," the sheriff said. "We encourage people to come forward with the information no matter how small it seems." With this case still being actively investigated, there is renewed hope for the murders of Michael, Mary, and Jennifer Short one day to be solved. Before we end this case, let's sit back and remember the people that has lost their life. Michael, Mary, and Jennifer. Someone came into their house and shot them. They took Jennifer out her back where she felt the safest. But I hope that her guardian angels was around her that night. This is the case of the Short family. Now let's get into some theories.
So I really just have some questions or maybe ideas that I was thinking about while we were discussing this case. They shot the husband first. I wonder if the gun had a silencer. Because how did she not hear that?
Right. In the garage, when that shot went off, it would echo big time, right?
So the garage is not really insulated as much as other parts of the house. So it's more vacant, more empty.
I wonder why people was lying on him, like making him the scapegoat. Because to me, was it really about the reward money, or were they kind of involved in this case a little bit? Because like they found Jennifer's body a mile away from where he was staying in his mobile home. I wonder, was somebody trying to set him up? Because they say like, oh, he had a grudge against Michael. He told somebody he might kill somebody because they didn't move his mobile home, and the family was going to a mobile home before they was killed. I wonder why.
It makes a lot of sense though. Two birds, one stone. You don't like him for whatever reason, and then if you get rid of him, you also get paid. So I see what you're saying. There could have been some hidden agenda. Or it could have just been, people not thinking things through.
I hate that we don't know and the police don't know how long Jennifer was out there. I wish they could have brought somebody in, because I know back then they really didn't have like the technology that they had. But I feel like that would have helped us so much to figure out how long she was alive. I don't believe she was killed probably that night, because they probably did it there.
Right.
I feel like they probably kept her for a minute.
And then once they got tired of her, that's when they decided to get rid of her. Whoever this individual was, they liked shooting them in the head.
They was good with guns. Very good with guns. Because that's not like, people think it's an easy shot to go in the head. It's really not. Because a gun can backfire and you kind of can miss, When I went to visit my family in Michigan, they taught me how to shoot. And my uncle was like, it's very hard. Like, my first time, I can't do that hand. When I first shot, I jumped back.
Yeah, it's the kickback.
It's the kickback.
Ricochet.
So, but that person had to, do it before, because if he shot Michael, he had to get it perfect.
Yeah, they were very comfortable with guns. They had been practicing for a while.
Or grew up around guns.
Yeah. I wonder if there was other murders.
If I butcher her name, I'm sorry, guys. I think her name is Madeline or Maddie Scott, something like that. Her family was actually killed in their home. And a man, he had mental illness. He kidnapped her from the bed.
Wow.
He held her for weeks or months. I don't know if exactly. It's been a while since I looked into this case. If you guys know what I'm saying, please, tell me the full story. I really forgot. I'm just doing the basic.
It's around that same area?
I don't remember, but her parents were shot in their room too. I don't remember the detail about the case, but I know the parents was killed in their home and she was kidnapped. But they found her later because a guy was stalking her, and he was like, he had mental illness. Like, he was very, attracted to her.
Well, it's Talking about stalking as well, did they look into the guy that was stalking Mary in the beginning?
No, I feel like nobody knew who he was. She didn't say his name. The security guards didn't get his name, so they couldn't figure out who he was.
Right.
I always believe when I heard this case, I think the person was going for Jennifer. I think to kill the family, like, get them out the way. Because this reminded me of a, like, Friend of Mine episode when the people, they kidnapped the little girl, they killed the family because they believe if they killed, like, the parents, nobody would really look for the kids. Because a parent going to search for their kids.
Yeah. So going back to the vehicle that they saw, the neighbors saw outside the home, the red or what color?
Dark color.
Dark color. Did they ever look into those people?
The police looked into them, but they couldn't figure out who it was because they only got with the, they barely got the car color. They thought it was a van or a pickup truck. They didn't know what it was. So I feel like it was hard for the police to really go on information with that. But it's weird because Chris came at 9 o'clock. The person they say saw at 8:30. That's too close of a time,
Yeah.
To me, I feel like they were seen at 11 p.m. Say they probably got home, ate, all that stuff, got to bed. They probably didn't go to bed until around, say, 2 or 3 at the latest. So I think that's when probably the murder, he probably was sitting there waiting for them till they go to bed. They wanted Jennifer, to me, because to get the parents out the way. They wanted Jennifer for sure. I feel like something happened because I feel like they wanted to keep her. They didn't want to kill her to me. I don't know why, but I feel like they wanted to keep her for a reason. Because they took her. They could have easily killed her right then, right there with her parents. They took her for a reason. He wanted her.
Right.
So to me, I feel like something happened. She could have fought back harder. She probably wasn't doing what they wanted. She probably wasn't being, like people say, like a good little girl. I think that's why she was killed. I feel like the police should look more into Jennifer. Because reading this, you hear Jennifer a little bit, but you hear like mostly like the mom, the dad, like, oh, something against them. But to me, I feel like the target was her. Because they took her.
But I know you also said that they knew the family. How did they know that the dad stayed in the garage? So who was close? Who were they close to? Who did they invite over to their house? Who did they know?
Right. You think it's a family friend or a family member?
Well, that's what we were discussing when we were talking about the case.
That's why they probably had to kill Jennifer if you think about it, because she know who they are. I mean, just think about it. They killed the mom and dad. They wanted them out the way completely. They could have just went and got Jennifer and ran away.
Yeah.
But they killed the mom and dad for a reason. Probably they didn't want them to get in the way. What if somebody was trying to groom her?
Right. Makes sense.
Like, she's 9 years old. Her family's overprotected. They had no internet. It has to be like kind of close knit. Somebody they trust.
Right.
Guys, I am stuck on this one. My theory is I feel like Jennifer was the target. They wanted her for a reason to hopefully go through the things they want to do to her. I don't know. I'm kind of stuck on this case a little bit because it can be so many possibilities.
Right.
It's just sad.
Yep.
All around. It also reminded me of a Criminal Mind episode. Y'all guys go check it out. I put it in the description below what I'm talking about.
Let us know your thoughts or if you have any information that might help solve this case. And get Jennifer, Michael, and Mary the justice they deserve.
Right. And follow us on all our social media. We are doing 1-minute clips on true crimes that I like to do on this podcast. We also doing true crime 1 minute that on our social media. My wife is actually doing a couple episodes of the
Menendez brothers.
So please check that out. It'll probably be fully out by then when you guys get this episode. So go to our social media, Lesbian Detective. We're on TikTok, Instagram. We're on everywhere. Please check us out. Follow us on Apple and Spotify and on YouTube. Click that notification button and wait until the new episode. Leave us a 5-star review. We love to hear what you think of our show. This is Lesbian Detective. I'm Sierra.
And I'm Elizabeth.
And we are signing out. See you next time. And don't forget, guys, everybody's a suspect
until proven innocent.
Bye.
See you next time.
Lesbian Detective. Unsolved cases. She's still missing. Yeah, they haven't found her yet. Well, let's talk about it.
They say he vanished without a trace. Could it be a psychotic break? Or a tragic accident? Police don't know where the body went. Unsolved murders, body still missing. That's unheard. Where's the witness? Lesbian detectives, what's going on? City on high alert, this out the norm. He did what, the who? Man, that ain't real, these crimes ain't true. Then come uncover these theories with us. We live right now, tuning in is a must.
Right now, lesbian detective, lesbian detective. We about to start the show, so get your popcorn ready, let's go. Pay attention to the message I present to you, the lesbian detectives.